Lenny Bruce was one of the most influential comedians of the 20th century.
His groundbreaking obscenity, oh, is that you? Sorry,
Yeah.
laced stand-up routines challenge the boundaries of free speech. This is you.
His story is now being told on stage in the new play, I'm Not a Comedian, I'm Lenny Bruce. With us today, director and star of the show, welcome back Chicago native Joe Mantegna and Ronnie Marmo. Hi, guys.
Hey, guys. This is going to get smoother. Sorry about that.
You guys are doing great.
Yeah, this is going to get a lot
Joe
smoother.
and I are available to host this show if you need us.
We might need it.
We might need you. So I'm very familiar with Lenny Bruce, and I love stand-up and the history of it. But for the people that aren't, tell us a little bit about him and his life, and why this show is so important.
Well, Lenny Bruce came just before Pryor and Carlin, and he influenced those guys and kind of paved the way for them. So you know, he fought free speech and he lost. And in Illinois, in fact, he was arrested here in 1961 in Chicago for doing a bit called Religion Rated, and he offended some Catholic cops in Chicago, and they didn't like it, and so they arrested him. But he was very important to comedy, but way more than just comedy.
Right. Joe, how did you get involved in the show?
Well, I knew Ronnie previously. We'd worked together on a film. We worked together, directed a play at his theater company. And he came to me and said, he'd been researching this for years.
Mm-hmm.
And he came to me and he said, I'd be interested in you directing this piece that I have. Would you be interested? I said, well, let's see it. Let's see what you got. I said, can you do it right in front of me right now?
Wow.
As a monologue?
Which was embarrassing, by the way.
Yeah.
Stand up and act like a trained monkey.
But he did it. But I'm a believer in the term, if it ain't on the page, it ain't on the stage. But it was on the page because I thought he'd done a brilliant job writing this piece, a brilliant job of bringing Lenny Bruce to life. And I said, absolutely, I'm in. And it's been we've been at it a couple years now, and it's been terrific.
Yeah, Ronnie, when you're preparing for this role, how much video did you watch? How much did you have, at your disposal? And how would his comedy transcend or translate today?
Well, funny enough, when I wrote the piece, it took over 5 years, because sometimes I'd put it down for a year. You know, it was like, I don't like to sit and write at a computer. I wrote it shorthand, with paper and a pad, and I watched everything I could watch. I listened to everything I could listen to, and then I threw it all away. And so then I picked up the script and stood up and started working. And his comedy today, some of it would hold up, some of it wouldn't. Some of it would seem trivial at this point. David Chappelle just got in a lot of trouble for his Netflix special. And they had mentioned, and Chicago Tribune did a piece and said that Chappelle's getting in trouble for the same things Lenny Bruce was. And they mentioned Lenny in the title. So he's still relevant, maybe more now than ever, actually.
Right. And you mentioned that he was arrested here in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
What happened exactly?
Well, they would come and they were offended. See, the thing about Lenny Bruce is they blamed it on words, but really they were just afraid because he was smart and ahead of his time. And they didn't know what to do. There's always that guy, right, that pushes the envelope. Right. And then they go, oh, this guy's stepping out of line. Let's arrest him and then kill him, essentially.
Right, and it's kind of crazy to see what is going on with comedy today with Dave Chappelle, with what just happened with the SNL. And do you think that the stage should be a place that is off limits for being PC? Where's the line there?
It's a funny thing. I mean, I think political correctness, there's a place for it. I mean, obviously we have to have that, but I think sometimes things almost get pushed almost too far, and when you start infringing on basically freedom of speech or the ability to just, words. I mean, we have it in the play. I mean, there's the character through Ronnie as Lenny. I mean, basically says that like it's just words. And sometimes, words themselves aren't what's dangerous. It's the intentions behind words and actions. You know what I mean? So sometimes I think we get a little too lost in the semantics of words versus what people's feelings are and their actions are. Right. And so we got to be careful because we're a unique country. Our Constitution is a unique piece of paper, and we have to protect it.
Yeah, when you have Jerry Seinfeld getting booed off stage at a college, that's a big problem. He's a clean comic, you know.
Right.
So when people find his material, then we got a big problem on our hands.
Yeah.
So
Adam
I think
Carolla is actually doing a big documentary about this and about how how comedians can't say what they used to be able to say and why can't they. I think it's going to be fascinating. It's really a good topic for. Are we going too far to where even on our show, when we started this show 9 years ago, we could make a joke and then now it's like, whoa.
Well,
and the joke's really not bad. It's just that we're in this real sensitive time.
Over the last 2 years, people have written in and said things to me like, you shouldn't do that bit or don't do that. And I said, well, I'm going to put tape over Lenny Bruce's mouth again. No way, not on my
And
watch.
luckily, we've had the support of Lenny Bruce's daughter, Kitty, who's
Right.
been our biggest fan. Just got off the phone with her about an hour ago. Dick Gregory, son.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Dick Gregory being here from Chicago. His
Yep.
son is a huge supporter of the show and wrote a beautiful text to Ronnie just a couple days ago.
I wrote him the other day saying, I'm heading to Chicago, Christian, and I hope they get it. And he wrote me this long, beautiful message about how his dad called Lenny the eighth wonder of the world. And how he said, forget breaking legs, break open some minds.
Yes.
That's what Christian told me.
That's
Yeah.
powerful. That's very powerful. Well, Ronnie, you, Ryan, and I have something in common.
What is that?
We are all General Hospital stars.
You guys are on the show too?
Look, he's like,
Yes.
wait, I don't remember you guys.
Yeah, Josh Simon. You don't recognize me from the bartender? Okay, this is one of your scenes here. You were on the show for what, about 3 years?
3 years, I did 150 episodes, and that was me, yeah.
Yeah, what was the soap life like? Would you ever go back?
Yes, it was the hardest and most humbling job I've ever had. I mean,
It was hard?
Yeah, we do 30 pages a day. You get them the day before. You get one take. You better not screw it up. And if you
Wow.
speak English, they're going to let it pass, you know.
Sort of like the intro to this segment.
Well, you guys, yeah, it was a slight upgrade to what we were doing. But no, you know, the truth is soap fans are the best in the world.
They
still
are.
support everything you do, and they take it very seriously. I've had people like yell at me and push me in public going, leave Sonny alone. I go, you know, I'm just an actor, right? I'm not really mad at him. He's my friend, you know. But no, that was a great job, and I'm very grateful. And what can I say?
All right. Well, we're so glad to have both of you guys here. And if you want to see I'm Not a Comedian, I'm Lenny Bruce, it's running through December 1st at the Royal George Theater. For tickets, go to lennybruceonstage.com. Come back and see us.
Thank you,
very much.
guys. Thank you.